The following is a political advert and does not reflect the views of Prime Television, but those of the content provider.
We will not rest until every Zambian family feels the benefit of this generational change.
Niwake mupando mulekeni, asibanchito hakainde. Niwake mupando mulekeni, asibanchito hakainde. Niwake mupando mulekeni, asibanchito hakainde. Together, twenele jabamo. Seni pikatane, yeah, yeah. Oh, adi together, twenele japamo. Seni pikatane, yeah, yeah. Niwake mupando mulekelendi, asibanchito hakainde. Niwake mupando mulekeni, 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 asibanchito hakainde.
Can we do more? Yes, we can do more. The work continues. We want to rest even more.
Niwake mupando mulekeni, asibanchito hakainde. Niwake mupando mulekeni, asibanchito hakainde.
The preceding content is a political advert and does not reflect the views of Prime Television, but those of the content providers.
Welcome to PTV2 News, the home of breaking news, and we're coming live to you on Topstar Channel 110, Azam TV Decoder, Channel 493, and streaming on our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia. 24 days away from the August 13 general elections. Now let's take a look at stories making headlines. A 42-year-old man of Kasokota area in Mukushi district has died after being hit by a Toyota Fortuner while riding his bicycle along the Great North Road. President Hakainde Hichilema has described late former Vice President Dr. Guy Scott as a principled statesman and champion of democracy. A 50-year-old woman of Livingstone has called on well-wishers to help her raise 18,000 kwacha needed for medical treatment after she fractured her arm. The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has revealed that 86% of the ballot paper printing process has been completed. With the news in detail, my name is Nikki Shavolio. Begin the news on a sad note. A 42-year-old man of Kasokota area in Mukushi district has died after being hit by a Toyota Fortuner while riding his bicycle along the Great North Road. Central Province Police Commanding Officer Lemekani Chira has identified the deceased as Abi Mupeta. Mr. Chira says Mr. Mupeta sustained fatal injuries after he was struck by a Toyota Fortuner registration number BAT 1744 while cycling along the highway. He states that the body of the deceased has since been deposited to the Mukushi District Hospital mortuary awaiting a post-mortem examination and burial. Joseph Siambihi has the details.
Mukushi traffic dealt with a fatal road traffic accident which occurred on Sunday, the 19th of July 2026 at around 17:20 hours along the Great North Road near Johnwood area. Involved in the accident was a Toyota Fortuner registration number BAT 1744, which had its front windscreen shattered and front left tire damaged. The same was being driven from west to eastern direction by Somwansa, aged 42, of New Kasama in Lusaka, with 5 passengers on board, and they all escaped unhurt. Also involved was a male cyclist identified as Abi Mupeta, aged 42, of Kasokota area, who died on the spot after sustaining fatal board injuries. The accident happened when the driver of the motor vehicle, due to excessive speed, went to hit the cyclist who was cycling towards the same direction. The body of the deceased has been deposited in Mukushi District Hospital mortuary awaiting post-mortem examination. Joseph Siambihi reporting, Prime TV News.
President Hakainde Hichilema has described late former Vice President Dr. Guy Scott as a principled statesman whose courage, intellect, and unwavering commitment to constitutional democracy helped shape Zambia's political landscape. Speaking during Dr. Scott's funeral service, the president said the late leader consistently placed national interest above personal ambition and made lasting contributions to safeguarding the country's peace and democratic traditions. President Hichilema said Dr. Scott was an honest, fearless, and intellectually gifted leader whose wisdom and analytical mind enabled him to navigate complex national issues. He said the late statesman was a unifying figure who looked beyond race, ethnicity, and political affiliation, believing Zambia's diversity was a source of strength that should be embraced. Details in the following report.
Today, Zambia bid farewell to former Vice President Dr. Guy Scott, a statesman whose life was defined by service, courage, and unwavering commitment to democracy. President Hakainde Hichilema paid tribute to Dr. Scott as a principled leader who consistently placed the interests of the nation above personal ambition. The president noted that Dr. Scott played a significant role in strengthening constitutional democracy, promoting political dialogue, and preserving Zambia's peace during critical moments in the country's history.
Guy's lasting legacy, even as we head towards the 2026 elections, true to what Guy stood for, let us love this dear country, which Guy called home. Let us do everything right to protect the country and its people. Let us serve the people as Guy loved to serve his people. Let us work for inclusion and not exclusions during this period. Let us talk peace and not plan violence towards this election. It's obscene to plan how to execute a violent plan only because of the election. No. It's competition to serve. It's not competition to fight, to injure. It's competition to serve. Vision, policies, ability to implement those policies is what matters. Let us focus on unity.
His wife, Charlotte Scott, remembered him as a man who deeply loved Zambia and dedicated his life to ensuring that every citizen had the opportunity to thrive.
Although Guy was ill for a long time, it has been an enormous shock to lose him, and it's still very early days for me and our family. Guy was never conventional in any area of his life, but I always appreciated that in him, and he was a wonderful husband to me. His unfailing support, his wise advice, his belief in me, as well as his love for me, has made me who I am today.
Family Representative Anton Kasolo reflected on Dr. Scott's remarkable political journey from the Lima Party to becoming a founding member of the Patriot Front, where he helped build the party structures, shaped its manifesto, and contributed to its historic victory in 2011.
Guy Scott did not stop at MMD. In 1996, he formed what was then called the Lima Party with the then president of the Farmers Union, Mr. Ben Capita. His blood was that of public service, and in 1996, he stood in Chongwe but lost. He went into oblivion and only resurfaced in 2001 when the PF was formed, of which he was a founder member. In the Patriotic Front, his influence was instrumental in shaping one of the most significant political movements in modern Zambia.
His children and grandchildren shared heartfelt memories of a loving husband, father, and grandfather whose wisdom, humility, and sense of humor will remain with them forever.
Seeing his dream of being vice president being actualized was something I will never forget. I was at college in Brighton when I heard the news, and I was just in such shock I had to leave. I couldn't really equate that conversation with people in the college with me then.
Grandad unified the family on countless occasions like birthday parties, Christmas gatherings, exam results, and so many other moments.
We mourn this loss very deeply, but we also celebrate the life he lived. His legacy is imprinted in the books of Zambian history.
I must also say that I'm so humbled, but I've been so humbled about this whole process since Guy's death. The messages from people all over the world, but mostly in Zambia, talking about their experiences of their interactions with my dad has been such a humbling experience.
Favorites Chisi, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
Meanwhile, Media Initiative for Women in Zambia founder Helen Mwale says Dr. Guy Scott will be remembered as a strong advocate of the One Zambia, One Nation philosophy, who remained committed to promoting national unity despite criticism over his racial background. Ms. Mwale says the late former vice president was passionate about empowering women and young people through education and economic opportunities. She says Dr. Scott also distinguished himself by speaking candidly on national issues and consistently condemning political violence, urging citizens to embrace peaceful democratic processes. Here's a report.
A politician, a statesman, a patriot. Those are some of the words being used to describe former Vice President Dr. Guy Scott, whose death at the age of 82 has drawn tributes from across the country. As Zambia reflects on his life and public service, many remember a leader who championed unity, spoke his mind without fear, and remained committed to the ideas of democracy.
To say, I think that is one area that we should remember him on and commend him. I remember even when he was coining the Don't Kubeva slogan for the Patriotic Front. I think it was in Kitwe. He had encouraged people to say, don't fight them, don't beat them, just eat their money, get their chitenge, but don't waver. Move on and vote against them. He's a person who toured this country and encouraged unity on because he really championed the One Zambia, One Nation slogan.
Ms. Mwale also recalled Dr. Scott's tenure as Minister of Agriculture during one of Zambia's most severe droughts when he oversaw the importation of yellow maize to help avert a food crisis. Executive Director Vusu Moses Sifile says the late former Vice President also earned admiration for his openness and accessibility to the media.
As you may recall that before he became the Vice President, before the formation of the Patriotic Front, he served the country as a Minister of Agriculture, and that service coincided with one of the worst droughts that the country has ever experienced, but I think he was able to manage things within the agriculture sector. And then of course he was involved in the formation of the Patriotic Front. This is someone who I think played a very active part in different aspects of the country's development. And for a communication for development organization like PANOS, I think we also recognize his accessibility to the media. I think many media practitioners had easy access to Dr. Guy Scott.
For many Zambians, Dr. Scott will be remembered not simply as the country's former vice president, but as a leader who remained true to his principles and whose influence will continue to shape conversations on leadership, democracy, and national unity for years to come. Favorite Chisi, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
You're watching PTV2 News, and we're coming to you live on Topster Channel 110, Azam TV Decoder, Channel 493, and streaming on our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia. We now take a break, but still to come, a 50-year-old woman of Livingstone is appealing to well-wishers to help her raise 18,000 kwacha needed for medical treatment after she fractured her arm while disembarking from a vehicle at a funeral. Don't go away.
Welcome to the new world of entertainment in Zambia. Cartoons, music, news, movies, drama, series, documentaries, food, travel, the best from Hollywood and Bollywood. International football, including CAF competitions, La Liga, Serie A, German Bundesliga, Saudi League, Carabao Cup, Asian Championship, Barclays Women's League, local leagues, and much more. Grab your Azam TV decoder at 350 Zambian kwacha and full kit at 589 Zambian kwacha. Affordable monthly packages, 100 Zambian kwacha, 200 Zambian kwacha, and 300 Zambian kwacha. For more details, contact us on 971-246-222. 763-664-455. WhatsApp 77-500-0013. Azam TV, entertainment for everybody.
Not long ago, many children in Zambia did not go to school because their parents could not afford it. Today, 2.5 million children are back in the classroom, sitting on desks and being fed nutritious meals under the school feeding program. Markets are now peaceful with no kind of violence. Clinics stand where there were none. There's still much work ahead, jobs to create, futures to secure. And that's why Bali keeps working day after day. Because just as we delivered free education, we will keep delivering. For every child still waiting and every family still rising. Until progress is something every Zambian feels. We've started the change. Now let's finish the job. On the 13th of August 2026, vote for Hakainde Hichilema as President of the Republic of Zambia. And let us continue to move Zambia forward together.
Voting is one of the few moments where we all have a voice.
One person, one vote.
No titles, no status.
Just a choice.
It's not about doing nothing.
It's about showing up.
Because your vote matters.
It's easy.
It's important.
It's ours. Count me in.
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 Welcome back. We continue with the news. A 50-year-old woman of Livingstone is appealing to well-wishers to help her raise 18,000 kwacha needed for medical treatment after she fractured her arm while disembarking from a vehicle at a funeral. Christine Mubita says the incident occurred on 17th June 2026, after which she was rushed to a nearby clinic before being referred to Livingstone University Teaching Hospital for specialized treatment. Speaking to PTV2 News, Ms. Mubita said doctors informed her that she would need 18,000 kwacha for the required treatment, a sum she says is beyond her family's means. Kwalambota Mwanangombe has the details.
She walks with pain after breaking her arm at the burial site during a funeral in Livingstone. This is the 58-year-old Christine Mubita, who is calling for help after she was told to look for 18,000 kwacha to be used to buy orthopedic implants that need to be used to join her broken bones. She now explains what transpired.
Nenubia koma vita kwa graveyard. So aluzofita kwa kuturuka. Kwa kutura tuena kwa balu turuka kwa mwana lovezi. Mwakuwa mwale kwa mwana ni lovezi vizole. Then so tota kwa spatera sawa tipa klinika tamba ise kwa general. Liolo fezi lizo. Kwa mwana lotezi kwa general. Kwa general nivona basika ema. Sababu mane mvaise umchembele kwa x-ray soluya. Soluya fika mane kwa x-ray bakopile. Solukuta na kwa kutotama. Sabasitama si plasta sabona. Sabatonga ape kutonizusa. Ape solutoya kwa x-ray. Kwa x-ray ape wazokopa valia disapo asika kena lile one side.
She states that at the Livingstone University Teaching Hospital UTH, she was told that 18,000 kwacha is needed for her treatment.
So kwa mwana wavulezi kuli no kutoka ala mashereni akuli kutululeke ka sipika wona kao chweka sipika oluna alunao na mashereni akululeke ka sipika so na kwa mbaka wavulezi kwa sababu chincha kana chwalo kimolo kuta mashereni wavulezi kutulife 18 pini.
She says every day
Aluzibizeza alachwale fana kwe 18 pini yao kwa na kuleka kansimbi kwa na mwaka lekero aluzibi kwa teni waluvezi fatulo batima chile ni hawa kuleka kansimbi.
Kwalombota Manangombe, Prime TV News in Livingstone, Southern Province.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's now take a look at what the skies have in store for us. That is your weather focus. We now continue with the rest of the news. The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has revealed that 86% of the ballot paper printing process has been completed. ECZ Commissioner McDonald Chipenzi says this includes the printing of presidential ballots, which has been completed, the printing of ballots for 168 constituencies with only 51 seats pending, while 7,708,700 ballot papers for 1,542 wards and 6,722,550 for 96 districts in mayoral elections have been printed. He has also announced that shipment of the ballot papers is scheduled to start on the 26th of July 2026, which will be well secured and should be verified by all receiving delegations, including interested stakeholders. Mr. Chipenzi has clarified that 6 candidates for mayoral, 7 seats for the National Assembly, and 176 local government went through unopposed, which will lead to reduced number of ballot papers for the elections. Here's a report.
As the packaging of ballot papers for transportation continues, the Electoral Commission of Zambia says 86% of the ballot printing process for the 2026 general elections have been completed, with the airlifting of the materials expected to begin on the 26th of July. Speaking after touring the Algaria printing and publishing facility in the United Arab Emirates, ECZ Commissioner McDonald Chipenzi says ballot papers for 168 of the parliamentary constituencies have been printed.
We have 7.7 million ballot papers for 1,542 wards, which have been printed as at today, Monday, the 20th July 2026. while we have 6.7 million for 96 districts, which have been printed for mayoral and council chairpersons elections. For the National Assembly elections, we have 6.6 million ballot papers that have been printed for 168 constituencies. We are pleased to note that out of the total of 36 million, that is 6,473,200 ballots for the 2026 general election, or required for the 2026 general election. 30,178,50 ballots have been printed.
Mr. Chipenzi has also clarified that the Commission will print fewer ballot papers in some areas after 6 mayoral candidates, 7 parliamentary candidates, and candidates in 176 local government wards were elected unopposed.
The Commission recorded 6 so far unopposed candidates for mayoral elections out of 116 districts. We have also received 7 or recorded 7 unopposed seats for the National Assembly out of 226 constituencies. We have also received or recorded 176 for local government elections out of 1,858 seats or wards. Consequently, the volume of printed ballot papers for each of these National Assembly districts and wards may reduce.
With 86% of the printing process now complete, only 14% of the work remains before ballot production is finalized and preparations shift to the airlifting and distribution of election materials. Oswald Kafonka, Prime TV News, Dubai, United Arab Emirates.
You're watching PTV2 News, coming to you live on Topstar Channel 110, Azam TV Decoder Channel 493, and streaming on our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia. Let's now take a look at our African proverb of the day. Viewers, you're welcome to send in your proverbs in any local language, translated into English with the meaning included. You can send them to ptvzambia@ptvzambia.com or ptv2zambia@gmail.com. We continue with the rest of the news. Prime Television proprietor Gerard Shawa has told the court that media consultant Kaseba Mashila Kaseba was a former employee of the station who served under a contract of employment signed 1st October 2024. Mr. Shawa testified that the accused signed the employment contract and received his monthly salary through bank transfers during his tenure at the station. He, however, told the court that he later developed professional disagreements with Mr. Kaseba during the course of their working relationship. Mr. Shawa was testifying in a case in which Kaseba Mashila Kaseba is facing a charge of cyber harassment. The allegations are that the accused posted statements on his Facebook page describing UPND Media Director Mark Simue as a con artist. The matter is before the court and proceedings continue. Female pupils at Kafululu Day Secondary School in Chibombo District say the Keeping Girls in School program has helped reduce barriers to education by addressing poverty, long distances to school, and the lack of essential school requirements. particularly for girls in rural communities. Grade 12 pupil and beneficiary Annie Kabamba says the annual allowance she receives through the program enables her to meet her school needs, allowing her to focus on her studies and future ambitions without financial stress. Joseph Tamale reports.
The Keeping Girls in School program is transforming lives in Chwombo district. The initiative is increasing access to quality education among the girls.
This sponsorship has changed my life. It has given me hope and encouraged me to work harder in my studies. Instead of worrying about school requirements, I can now focus on learning and preparing for my future because all these are catered for in the money that I get paid annually. The Keeping Girls in School program is not only helping individual girls, but also strengthening families and communities. When girls are educated, they become empowered and make informed decisions, contributing to the development of the country. They inspire the next generation. An educated girl becomes an educated mother, and an uneducated mother builds a stronger nation.
And the Back to School policy is promoting inclusion and helping reduce social challenges among learners.
When more children stay in school, community benefits from lower levels of poverty, reduce crimes, and increase economic development. And as learners, we should support our friends who return to school by treating them with kindness, respect, and encouragement. Teachers, parents, and community members also have an important role in creating welcoming and supportive learning environment for every child.
Meanwhile, Chwombo District Education Board Secretary promises improved school infrastructure.
At Kafururu zone, in Kafururu zone, I think we only have one secondary school. So since we don't want to leave any learner behind, are we together? I'm going to give you another secondary school in Kafururu zone. Ichichikoro secondary school toba ni Mwati Sombora primary school.
Mbole kwa kwisule panini bana wa chikolo bakali kwenda mishinso inene maningi mkambo wa DC. Bana bakali kwenda kuswa muyeye kuswa kumushikuli wa koti na kuswa kumushikuli wa shoba akuli wa makusa kusa mukuia Kafururu kuno. Umushinso ulamfu maningi hapa almost 7 to 8 kilometers. Bana banini tabari kuchikonsha kuno kwenda kusamukuia kuno ono nkambo kamfurumende yake sako bana bakachana kuno ya pafuifwi ono ndiye wakati ya kila chikoro bakalangirisha kwamba hano bana aba batoka rabuyani mukwinga uko nko bakali kwira bana uko kubiaolo tekwalingawa amadesk.
Joseph Tamari Banda, Prime TV News.
That item brings us to the end of the news on PTV2, the home of breaking news. But before we sign off, for business owners, traders, and everyone closely watching the economy, it's time to turn our attention to the money markets. Those are your money market updates. Please note that rates may change without prior notice, depending on prevailing market conditions. We now take a brief recap of the stories that made headlines. A 42-year-old man of Kasokota area in Mukushi district has died after being hit by a Toyota Fortuner while riding his bicycle along the Great North Road. President Hakainde Hichilema has described late former Vice President Dr. Guy Scott as a principled statesman and a champion of democracy. A 50-year-old woman of Livingstone has called on well-wishers to help her raise 18,000 kwacha needed for medical treatment after she fractured her arm. The Electoral Commission of Zambia has revealed that 86% of the ballot paper printing process has been completed. Thank you so much for staying with us. But for these and other stories, like our Facebook page, that is PTV2 Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew, my name is Nicky Shavolio.
The following is a political advert and does not reflect the views of Prime Television, but those of the content provider.
We will not rest until every Zambian family feels the benefit of this generational change.
Niwake mupando mulekeni, asibanchito akainde. Niwake mupando mulekeni, asibanchito akainde. Together, tweneleja bambo. Isemi pikatane, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I together, tweneleja bambo. Isemi pikatane, yeah, yeah, yeah. Niwake mupando mulekelendi, asibanchito akainde. 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 Niwake mupando mulekelendi, asibanchito akainde.
Can we do more? Yes, we can do more. The work continues. We want to press even more.
Niwake mupando mulekelendi, asibanchito akainde. Niwake mupando mulekelendi, asibanchito akainde.
The preceding content is a political advert and does not reflect the view